Application of the reflection of sound. 1. Hearing aid. A hearing aid is a device used by people with difficulty in hearing. 2. Bulb horn. A bulb horn is a cone-shaped wind instrument which is used for signaling in bicycles, cars, buses, and boats, etc. 3. Stethoscope. Stethoscope is a medical instrument used by the doctors for listening to the sounds produced within the human body, mainly in the heart and lungs. Reverberation. If Mohiddin made a sound in Big Hall, the sound waves are reflected repeatedly from the walls, ceiling, and floor of the hall, thus producing many echoes. Define. Reverberation is a series of reflections that fall on the ear from various reflectors one after another in a closed room, forming a continuous rolling sound. For example, speaking in a large empty room. Detection of sound wave. The human ear is the detector of the sound that Allah has blessed us with, as it can capture sounds within a wide range of frequencies and transform them into electrical impulses. Properties of sound. Since sound is a wave, we can relate the properties of sound to the properties of a wave. Sound has 3 basic properties. A. Intensity. B. Frequency. C. Harmonic contents. The effects of these properties on the ear called loudness, pitch, and quality respectively. We will now discuss all the characteristics of sound in detail, one by one. Let us start with loudness. A. Intensity and loudness. When we hit a table lightly, due to less energy supplied, the tabletop vibrates with small amplitude, and hence a faint sound, or soft sound, is produced. If, however, we hit the table hard, due to greater energy supplied, the tabletop vibrates with large amplitude, and hence it produces a loud sound. The amplitude of sound waves depends on the force with which an object is made to vibrate. Loudness describes how loud or soft a sound is perceived to be, and it depends on the amplitude of sound waves. The loudness of sound is measured in decibel, written as dB. Note, the larger the amplitude, the louder the sound. The intensity of sound is the rate at which the sound energy flows through a unit area normal to the direction of sound waves. B. Frequency and pitch. The pitch is the change of frequency. Therefore, sound with a long wavelength has a low pitch, and the sound with a short wavelength has a high pitch. The pitch of a note depends on the frequency of the wave reaching the ear, which in turn depends on the frequency of the source of the sound. Musical notes have a higher pitch if their frequency is higher. The pitch of a note depends on the frequency of the wave reaching the ear, which in turn depends on the frequency of the sound source. Musical notes have a higher pitch if their frequency is higher. Note, pitch is that characteristics of sound by which we can distinguish between different sounds of the same loudness. The higher the frequency, the higher the pitch. C. Harmonic content and quality, or timbre. We can distinguish between the sounds, or notes, produced by different Quran reciters even without seeing them. This is because the sounds produced by different Quran reciters differ in quality, or timbre. We can even recognize a person from his voice, even without seeing him, on the basis of the unique quality or timbre of his voice. The picture below explains the different types of waveforms that give an idea of how timbre appears. Any sound consists of more than one frequency, and most of these additional frequencies are known as harmonics. The number of harmonic contents determines the quality of the sound. The simplest harmonic content is called fundamental tone.